Hello, okay, in this course we are going to add and edit text on WordPress stars, which is a GrooveFunnels course that I'm building to show you how to use GrooveFunnels. Okay, let's go into WordPress stars. Now this can be an opt-in page, and what an opt-in page is where you offer something to your visitor for free or at a really good deal in exchange for personal information or a task. For example, if you wanted to offer a free ebook or a free webinar or maybe a few free lessons to your course so they can try it before they buy it. Or maybe you're just trying to get likes on your Facebook fan page or even subscribes on your YouTube channel. Here's where you're going to make a deal for your visitor. Now my main goal would be to collect email addresses for my list so I can promote my future products to the same people that like my course. Now some people don't want an opt-in page and they just want to skip right to the sales page. And the sales page is demonstrating what you're selling. Usually when I'm giving away a free course like Groove Beginners, I don't even have an opt-in page. I just have you sign up. Because what better deal can you get than free? So there was no need for an opt-in page for this free course. But if I want to build a paid course, then what you'd want to do is create a bond of trust between you and your visitor. Give them something of great value that will help them along their journey, because a lot of your customers that like your teaching style and have gained a lot of value out of it are more likely to come back for more later on. So it's all about building a relationship with your client. And the best way is to give something of value right off the bat rather than asking for money right off the bat. I'd rather give 100 people value and only have 1 or 2 buy something later, rather than trying to get people's credit card information right away and end up being frowned upon because it looks like all I want is your money. So if you want to make money at courses or funnels, you have to first start off with the right mindset. And the right mindset is giving people what they need first. Show that you have something of value to give them. And most of all, don't try selling your product. Sell the solution to their problem. If your product doesn't solve any problems, you're going to have a hard time selling it. People don't buy products, they buy solutions. So when you want to advertise the solution. You don't want to advertise the product. For example, the Groove Beginners course. You're not here watching it because it's a cool course, because you believe it'll help you further your purpose and help you build what you're trying to get built. You're here for the solution, not the course. Well, it's not really hard to sell free, so you really don't have to put much thought into it. But if you're going to try to make money like we're going to try to do with the WordPress stars course, we need to put a little more thought into it. We need to show our viewers that this course will give you the understanding you need to build your own WordPress site. Now, I can advertise WordPress stars, but what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's just a name of a course. Or I can advertise Master WordPress Creation. Master building websites on WordPress. Now terminology is quite a bit too. Like I wouldn't want to put learn how to do this because right away in their mind they believe learning is associated with school, which is associated with long drawn out lessons. All of that packed up the word learn, but the word master or execute, that word brings to mind a professional. Mastery. A master at this. That word brings to mind accomplished. An accomplished professional that knows exactly what he or she is doing. All wrapped up in the word master or mastery. So the words that you choose in your sales page really mean a lot. Would you like 30 training lessons that teach you how to do something? Or would you like to learn how to master it fast? Now it sounds like 2 different things, but it's the same thing. 30 lessons is 1 lesson a day for a month. That's not long. If you can master something in 1 month, that's awesome. And it's quick. But the terminology determines the sale. Learning, training lessons, 30 of them sounds like a lot. Do you even want to invest in all that? Master WordPress creation fast? That doesn't sound like a lot. That sounds quick. And it sounds like something I want to do. I want to master it. But it's the same course. So that's just a quick little lesson in terminology. When adding your text to your opt-in pages or your sales pages, you want to use words that are pleasant to the ear to describe what you're trying to sell. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, adding and editing text. Now there's a few ways we can do this on our page. But first we need to add a container or a column. So over here on the blocks, we go over to wireframes, an empty container or column. Or if you go over to the designed blocks, you can check out what they have under design blocks that may work for you. You can click all blocks and just scroll down the page here and see what might work. And for example, if you think this one will work for you, you just left click on it, drag it over to the canvas over here and drop it. Boom, it comes right up for you and you can just edit all of this here. I'm going to go ahead and retract that by clicking this back button right here. Okay, so let's say we wanted to enter in just some plain text. So we go to the blocks, we go to the wireframes, we can go to the empty containers and add a container in here. And now you can put text right inside of a container, or you can add columns and put text inside your column. So let's go ahead and just add text right here for right now. You come over here to your elements and then drop down a bit and you have all these different types of text. Now this is a heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, 4, 5, and what it is, it's just different size texts that appear normally on a web page. For example, heading 1 is going to be big and bold. Heading 2 is going to be a little bit smaller. Heading 3 is going to be smaller yet. Heading 4 is even yet smaller. And you get the point as you go on, all your different headings can be different sizes right here. Now the reason why you'd want to use a heading size as opposed to, let's say, coming over here and highlighting this and editing your own size in here is because if you want your page to look even in unison throughout the whole thing, and you come over here into elements, and let's say you use just these sizes right here, and you know that you have all of your major headings a heading 1, all your subheadings a 3, or your paragraphs down here, paragraph text or heading 6, or whatever size you choose, you can keep your page uniform just by knowing anytime you enter in an H1, it's the same size as you've got up higher on the page. So you can go all the way down the page. Let's say you're halfway down the middle of the page and you want to match the same size text that you have at the top of the page. You can just drag and drop the heading size that you use normally. So these are all preset for you. Now when you click on it, this little button right here is a duplicate. You can go ahead and click duplicate, 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 and make copies all the way down. This button is a trash can. So yes, you confirm you want to delete that. Then you highlight this one. Yes, you confirm you want to delete that. And then the button here, see how I'm on the heading text right now? If I click this button, it goes to the container that these are in. Then if you click this button, see how it's in the container? You click this button again, and it goes to the whole block. And you're editing the block. You don't really need to know all that right now. The size, and you want to make sure your width is auto, and your height is auto on the block. You also want to make sure that if you are here on the container, that your size is width auto, height auto. That'll make sure it auto adjusts to all the different screen sizes when you go all the way down to mobile, a mobile device, and all the way back up to a desktop monitor. Okay, so if you look at this heading right here, you can see that there's no justification set. It's not just, even though it is justified left, it's not highlighted justified left here, middle, or right. And you want to make sure all your text is highlighted. Otherwise, if you're changing just the desktop view alone, it will change on all of them if there's nothing set. So if you want this to be justified right, be sure that it's highlighted and click justified right so you see pink there. Then when you come over here, you can see that this is not justified right. But first of all, you want to get all of them justified into one position. So make sure all of these are highlighted and then justify it. So then when you go through all of them, you'll see that it's pink right here. Okay, you need to make sure that that is selected, one of these, even if you want it centered. You want to make sure it's selected. Now, when these are all highlighted, that means when you make a change over here, all of your monitors are going to be affected by this change. If you click on this again, now only the mobile device is highlighted. So all the changes that you do over here are only going to affect the mobile view. But like I said, if you did not select this justification, it doesn't matter if you have a mobile view selected or all of them selected, it's going to change on all of them. Also, if you did not change these to these, you go down here to size and make sure your width, even on your text, is auto. And your height is auto. So now on your text, it's selected auto. And then on your container, see the size? It's already selected auto because we did that earlier. Then also on your block, like we did earlier, the size is already selected auto. You need to make sure that's done on all of your blocks, all the way down your page. Otherwise, all the elements you put in here, whether it's text, images, videos, are going to be all over your page when a mobile device looks at it, or when a tablet looks at it, or when a desktop looks at it. They're not going to be in uniform. Okay, so let's go ahead and select them all. I'll go ahead and just delete this whole thing right here. And we'll start over because we had so much. Now, if you really want to make sure everything's deleted, you come up here into this tab, and if there's any code in here, you can go ahead and just highlight this code and click delete. Backspace all of it and delete, and then save, and you're back to the very, very beginning of what it looked like before you even did anything to the page. So let me go ahead and just add some text like we were going. I just wanted to show all that to you. Empty container, I'll put this up on top, and then I'll do an element. I'll do H1 right up on top. And then I'm going to go ahead and justify this to the center. Let me go ahead and highlight it, and I'll put attention. Attention, everyone who wants to learn WordPress. Okay, I can highlight all of this. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and shrink it, I can do that here, about right here. And if I want to change the text color, I can do that here. Let's say I want to keep it black, but let's say I just wanted to change it to a red. Okay, now it's red. Now if you go down a little bit, you've got background right here. And so you can change the background of just this text right here, which I could change that to yellow. Maybe I want it to be brighter yellow, so I'll go ahead and click on this circle right here and drag this over to a brighter yellow. There we go. Now down here on the spacing, so here I want to adjust the spacing just on this because I don't want the yellow to go all the way to the sides. I want it to come in a bit. So I'll come up here like this, go ahead and adjust it up just so it comes in like so. Now if I wanted to, I can put a border on it right here and also change my corners. Like as you can see right now, when I click over, well, I don't have anything to click on because there's nothing else on the page. So let me go ahead and add another container to the page. There we go. Okay, and now I want to put this back up on top of it. So let me go ahead and move that on top so the empty container is below it. Now you can see that there are square edges here. What I want to do is click on this, come on down to the border, and make my edges cornered. Now you can actually roll it all the way up to where it looks round. See here how it looks like you have round corners? I don't want them that round. Let me click back on here. Go back down to the border. Bring it back a little bit. Maybe about this round. Now also I can add a border to it. I can pick all the way around it. My width, I can make it 2 pixels, let's say. You see how it's there? And then I can change this color to red also. And then there I go with the red border. Now if I wanted to view that, you just click this little eyeball right here. And there it is. Attention, everyone who wants to learn WordPress. Now let's say I wanted to take it down from the top a bit, like bring it right down into here. So what I'd do there is come down to the spacing, and then I would grab this top right here and bring it down just a tad bit like so. Oop, but I'm on the second container. I need to be selected on the right block here. So here's this container here. Let me go back down to spacing. Click up here, and then I can drop it from the top right here. Right about like so. So let's go ahead and view this. There it is. See how before it was all the way to the top, and now it's down quite a bit right here. Now I'll show you another way that I can add text. Let's go back in here. For example, one way to do it would be to grab elements. Let me put another H1 in here just for now. Let me click on it. Make sure that the sizing is auto and auto. Go up one level. Make sure this sizing is auto. If you get into a habit of doing this all the time, you won't mess up on it as you go through all your devices and edit. Okay, so let me go ahead and justify this to the center. And let me go ahead and make a title here. Master WordPress Websites. All right, so GrooveFunnels has done a great job on giving you some editing tools for your text over here, but it's not a full-scale text editor. And there are a couple different ones that I use, as you saw in earlier videos. So for this one, I could go all the way up like so. You can actually highlight everything and click italicized right here. You see how it turns? You can bold it. You can underline it. You can change its color right here or over there. And you can change the background color right here or over there. And you can even turn this into a link right here and add your URL right there if you want to link this text to another page. But I don't want to do that. So let me see if I want to make this larger. Hold on one second. Now you're on page default. What that means is the default text that the page goes to every time you drop text in here. If you drop this down, you can select between all of these fonts. And you have just over a dozen fonts to choose from, but sometimes that might not be the look that you're going for on all these, and you might want to use an outside program to make your text. So the first site that I want to show you that I go to sometimes to make a really cool text here, it's called Flamingtext Com. And here it is, Flamingtext.com. Now in here you can put Master WordPress Websites, Get Started. And then boom, this gives you an idea of all these different texts that you can put right up here instead of just plain text, just to bring a little more pop to your page. And you can scroll through all of these pages here. And if you see a style that you like on this site, like let's go ahead and click into here. And then you can go ahead and click on Edit Logo. Okay, and now right here we can change the font size down so it kind of fits into the page. Oh, I see, it actually just put the dots there. There we go. Master WordPress Websites. Now in here you can actually change the colors and the shadows. You can shadow it. You can change this color to, let's say, like a blue. And it will change this, right? Oh, that's the shadow. The logo, the actual logo, you can change that, let's say, to a green. And you can make your headings and your words all the way down your page right here on this website. When you're done, you can go ahead and click Next and go to Download Image. But the only problem with using this site is once you are done and you download it and you leave, you don't have it saved anywhere if you want to make any adjustments. So although this is good if you just want to come in and bust something out real quick, if you want to be consistent throughout your page, but I use the program that I mentioned in previous videos, the Creator. So let me pull that up for you. Okay, so in the Creator, I just finished my thumbnail to this video. Here's the text here, and here's my picture here. And let me hit File, and let me just save this quick. And then let me do a new design. Format the canvas. I can come up to, let's see what I want to do, probably 1,000. And then only about 300 for now. Oh, we're going to go across the page a little bit more. So let's do a 1080. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and drop some new text right here. I'll go master. Oh, but let me go ahead and shrink this down so I can put the whole thing in here. Let me go ahead and also, okay, Master WordPress Websites. Oh, let's put an exclamation point back there. And now we want it to look neat on our page. So let me grab a different font. Let's see what this would look like if I brought it together more. Okay, now this one is actually a little bit too spaced together, so let's separate this a bit. There we go. How's that? Let's go ahead and see if we can work with this. Oh, it looks a little too blocky for me. There we go. This one looks pretty cool. Okay, it does look a little too together. Let's go ahead and space this back out. Let's go ahead and make this just at 0. Enter. There we go. And let's go ahead and make this bigger. Okay, and let's make this go up here. Let's do the canvas smaller. What do we need here? About 100? Nope, we need about, looks like 120 maybe. A little bit more. Oh no, we can bring this up. Okay, and then let me go ahead and just make this a black so it's nice and bold at our website. There we go. And now that will make a nice bold presence. So I'll go ahead and click File and save it to a folder, and then we'll upload it to Groove. This is going to be text, and we'll save it in our WordPress Stars website as text. And I'll just come in here and change this text and download whatever I need throughout the whole entire sales page. Save, File, download this image. We don't need it to be transparent, but I go ahead and make it transparent anyway in case we decide to put a background on our page in this area. Oh, you know, if that's the case, I should probably go ahead, before I do this, let me go ahead and put an outline on it. Make the outline white. Maybe stick a little text shadow behind it. See there? That already looks better. I think I'll use this. Add a little bit of shadow there. Bring the distance out a little bit. Boom. And that pops off the page. And let's slide this to the top. Now that shadow is a little bit cut off. So what we're going to want to do is go to the format canvas and add this maybe 125. Ooh, that's a little too much. There you go. Master WordPress websites popping right off the page. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this design and then download it. Download. Now you see where it says funnel text? This is what I was talking about. I'll put this text right in this folder. Save. Okay, so let's go on back to GrooveFunnels. All right, so this is what we left with. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this new one underneath it so you can see the difference. Elements. Now this is going to be an image. So you want to scroll down to where it says image. Bring an image over here and drop it right inside that container. Now what you want to do is go ahead and center it. Boom, so it goes in the center. Then you click on the image, configure, and then when you choose an image, over here you click upload image. And then you go ahead and upload your image. Once it's uploaded here and you see it, you got to hit this upload button right here to enter it into your gallery. So here you go. There it is. It's already highlighted and it's already right here, so hit select. Now it won't show here until you hit update here. But what it's asking is, do you want to do anything with this image? Like if you have a drop-down menu right here, you can actually add a URL, a pop-up. You can scroll to another block on this page. You can go to a different page on your site. But I'm not going to have this linked to anything. It's just going to be in the title here. So I'll click update. Okay, do you see the difference between this and this? Let me go ahead and delete this. And it looks just like this. Now let me bring this down a little bit, which I have to go over to spacing, hit the top one, and bring it down like so. Master WordPress websites. Now that's why I like using an outside program sometimes to bring in some premium text. Okay, but underneath it we don't need premium text. Let's go ahead and drop in another container and just put a text block here. I'll go ahead and use one column right underneath. There we go. All right, and then in here I'm going to add, I don't want to do paragraph text, a little bit less than that though, but H3, how about that? Okay, I can actually make this a bit bigger. I can go about this size right here, and then I'll click center. All right, then I'll make a little brief excerpt of what this page is about. Oops, spelt a word here wrong. All right, then let me go into spacing and add a little padding on the sides here. And bring that in a little bit. That looks good. Easily create stunning WordPress websites for your future clients with the step-by-step. Oh yeah, I don't need to put for your future clients because that limits what it is. It could be for them, their blog, or wherever. So let me just go ahead and delete that part. Easily create stunning WordPress websites with this step-by-step video course for beginners. That's great. So let's go ahead and highlight this and italicize it. Let's capitalize and underline stunning. And let's also change it a different color to match up here. Let's just do red because it's stunning. Okay, so we've got that red now. And let's also, oh, actually it's more like a pink. Let's get a red here. Is this more red here? I think so. Yeah, there you go. And then we will also underline it. There, easily create stunning WordPress websites with this step by step. We'll go ahead and underline this. We'll make video course, we'll make this red. Oh, you know what we should do? We should go ahead and highlight all of this, make it all red, and make the whole thing, all of this. Well, that looks good. Easily create stunning WordPress websites with this step-by-step video course for beginners. All right, let's see if we go ahead and bring the padding in a little bit. To bring that down, there we go. All right, and that looks good. So let me go ahead and click Save. Okay, and that's how I do different text in my funnel pages. Now, GrooveFunnels has other controls. You can go into custom attributes and do different custom things if you have custom CSS you want to add to it. But that should be enough to get you started going on down. Now, this text I added in, but I did not set all of my spacing down here, or the size. You want to make sure this is auto and this is auto. And we'll go into responsive design to make these look good on other devices in a different tutorial. I'll see you in the next video.